Karen stormed our diner, demanding a booth and perfection. When her eggs weren't right, she threw a chair at my dad, not knowing he's the owner's brother. The staff united, cameras rolled, and justice hit hard. Karen's banned and our diner stronger than ever. Before watching full video, comment below from where you watching, like and subscribe for more videos. The diner buzzed with its usual evening chaos, alive with the clatter of plates and the hum of chatter. I moved fast, balancing trays of burgers and milkshakes, weaving through crowded tables. Jess, our new hostess, stood at the front, greeting folks with a shy smile, trying to keep up with the dinner rush. The air smelled of grilled onions and warm pie, wrapping everyone in comfort. Regulars filled the booths, truck drivers, families, and old-timers swapping stories over coffee. It felt like home, the kind of place where everyone belonged. Dad was in his element, tinkering with a jammed fryer in the back, his toolbox open. When he wasn't fixing something, he'd lean against the counter, chatting with customers about the weather or their kids. He had this easy way about him, making people laugh without trying. He wasn't the owner, that was Uncle Joe, but he was the diner's heart, always there, keeping things running smooth. Nobody rushed him, and he never rushed anyone else. To me, he was the reason this place felt special, like more than just a job. Then Karen walked in. The door swung wide, like she expected a spotlight. Her purse was huge, her sunglasses bigger, and her voice cut through the noise. "I need a booth now," she snapped at Jess, not even looking at her. Jess fumbled with the seating chart, her face red, explaining all the booths were taken. Karen crossed her arms, glaring. "Do I look like I sit at tables?" she said, loud enough for heads to turn. Jess offered a spot by the window, but Karen just huffed, acting like the diner owed her the world. I caught Dad's eye across the room. He raised an eyebrow, already sensing trouble. Karen's voice sliced through the diner's evening hum like a knife. She stood at the hostess stand, arms crossed, glaring at Jess. "No booth? Seriously?" she barked, ignoring Jess's soft apology that every booth was full. Jess offered a table near the window, but Karen scoffed, "I don't sit with the riffraff." Her words carried, making a family nearby glance up. Jess, face flushed, mumbled something about checking again, but Karen just tapped her foot louder, drawing eyes from every corner. Finally, a booth cleared. Karen swooped in before I could wipe it down, tossing her purse on the seat like she owned it. I brought her coffee, black hot, just as she demanded. She took one sip, grimaced, and shoved the mug away. "This tastes like dirt," she snapped, loud enough for Marcus, our server, to hear as he passed. He kept his cool, offering a fresh cup, but Karen wasn't having it. "Just bring me the breakfast platter. Eggs soft scrambled, not a mess." Marcus nodded, jotting it down, but I saw his jaw tighten. In the kitchen, Frank, our cook, took her order like a challenge. He whisked those eggs slow, making them fluffy and perfect. Marcus delivered the plate with a polite smile. Karen poked at the eggs, took one bite, and pushed the plate away. "These are an abomination," she said, her voice booming. "Do you even know how to cook?" Marcus apologized, offering to remake it, but she cut him off, ranting about incompetence. Regulars started whispering, old man McAllister shook his head, and a mom at the next table frowned. The air felt heavy, like a storm was brewing, and Karen's complaints were pulling everyone into it. Karen's voice got louder, cutting through the diner like a siren. "I want the manager now," she shouted, slamming her napkin down. Her face was red, eyes wild, like she was ready to fight the world. Jess froze, unsure what to do. That's when Dad walked over, wiping his hands on a rag. He was calm like always, his voice steady. "I'm not the manager, ma'am," he said, "but I'm Joe's brother. I help run things. What's the problem?" Karen smirked, sizing him up, not impressed. Before he could finish, she lost it. "You're all useless," she yelled, standing so fast her chair scraped the floor. Then, out of nowhere, she grabbed the chair with both hands, lifted it, and threw it hard. It flew a few feet, missing Dad by inches, crashing into a table with a loud bang. Plates rattled, a glass tipped over, and the whole diner went dead quiet. Everyone stared, mouths open, shocked. My heart stopped. I thought she'd hit him. Dad didn't flinch, just stepped back, still calm. Marcus, Frank, and Brenda came out from the kitchen, standing behind him like a wall. Their faces were serious, arms crossed, showing they had his back. The regulars watched, whispering, some reaching for their phones. Then Uncle Joe walked out, his eyes sharp. "Ma'am," he said, voice firm, "you just assaulted my brother. We've got cameras up there," he pointed to the ceiling where a red light blinked, "and plenty of witnesses." Karen's face paled, but she didn't move. The air felt thick, like everyone was waiting for what came next. Joe stood tall, not backing down, letting her know this wasn't her show anymore. The diner was still like the world held its breath. Karen stood frozen, her purse clutched tight, eyes darting as she realized everyone was watching. The chair she threw lay tipped over, a soda soaking someone's fries from the crash. Then the door chimed and Officer Daniels walked in, his badge glinting under the diner lights. He was young, calm, holding a notepad. "Got a call about a disturbance," he said, scanning the room. An older couple by the window, regulars who loved our pancakes, nodded toward Karen. They'd called him, worried things might get worse. Uncle Joe stepped forward, pointing at Karen. "She threw a chair at my brother," he said plainly. "Could have hurt him. We've got it on camera." Karen's face twisted. "That's a lie," she cried, her voice shaky. "They disrespected me. The food was awful and I just reacted." But Daniels raised a hand, quieting her. "Anyone got video?" he asked. 3 customers held up phones, their screens glowing with clips of Karen's tantrum. Daniels watched one, his eyebrows rising at the chair flying. "All right, ma'am," he said, turning to her. "Step outside. We need to talk." Karen sputtered, muttering about lawsuits, but she followed him, her heels clicking loud in the silence. Outside, we saw her through the window, gesturing wildly in the patrol car's shadow. Daniels came back later, saying she'd been cited for assault. No arrest, but a mark she couldn't erase. The cameras and witnesses made her story fall apart. Joe thanked him, shaking his hand, and the diner exhaled. Karen was gone, but Joe wasn't done. He printed a blurry security photo, Karen mid-rant, chair in the air, and pinned it to the corkboard by the door. "Banned for life," he wrote in red marker, adding, "Don't mess with our eggs." Customers chuckled, snapping pictures. It was funny but real, a warning to anyone thinking they could act like her. The diner woke back up. Plates clinked, the grill hissed, and laughter mixed with chatter. Marcus cracked a joke, Jess smiled easier, and Frank flipped burgers like nothing happened. Dad sat with a coffee, shrugging off the red mark on his arm. "She missed," he said with a grin. Regulars stayed late, sharing stories, some leaving bigger tips. The staff felt tighter, like we'd faced a storm together. A customer's video hit the internet, spreading fast, but it didn't shake us. If anything, it showed what we were, family, not just a diner. By closing, as I flipped chairs onto tables, the place felt stronger, like it had earned a rest.